Scrappy friends! Here is a new layout for you that I don't think I've shared too many pictures of this. I know lately I've been trying not to share whole photos until I get my videos up. Just because I think it's a nice little surprise. And I am using the technique of just smushing things around. And I will warn you, I do not use this background. I'm really just showing this because I think that a lot of times when we do mixed media, we're just, we're playing around, but then sometimes it just doesn't work or it just doesn't feel right. And I know that this layout was really hard for me at the beginning. Even before I did this, I had another sheet out that I was trying to work with before, and I sat around for, this took all night, and I started pretty early. And I'm just layering the different colors, and I'm going to add orange in a minute, because they matched the colors that went with the Pink Fresh Studio. The Crafty Maven Getaway channel. There we go. Those are the words that I'm looking for. Apparently, my brain is not working tonight. But I was trying to go along with the mood board from 2 weeks ago, I think. Had some pretty bright colors, and so I'm trying to use those. And I'm not really digging this, but I'm going to try to make it work. So I'm like, well, maybe I'll add some strips to the top and the bottom. And then this is the paper that I had started out with, and so I'm thinking maybe I'll do something with this. And I think here's my problem. I think that I have, well, one, I really enjoyed using my Click Kits kit this month. And I think that some of it was switching and using completely different products was really difficult for me. But it also has been a really busy few weeks. And so I think that because of that, it has messed with my concentration to get started. Because once, I'm really liking those 3 photos, but I decided to take out the one, and you'll recognize that from another layout. I ended up using it later. So here I'm thinking, hey, maybe I'll use this strip on here, and I really like the way that looks. Okay, so my brain is thinking, okay, let's think this way. And I could have totally used that background, and it didn't look horrible, but I wasn't feeling it. And I think that as scrapbookers, the story is so important, right? Or the photos that we take that we want to remember are important. But if we're not feeling what we're creating, then it really, to me, it feels not right. And not that I have to love every single layout that I do completely. But if I'm really not feeling it, I really just need to scrap it. So right now I'm deciding, okay, I am going to go with this paper from Simple Stories, and I love it. It's gorgeous. I don't know what took me so long to use it. I guess I just wasn't feeling it. But now it works, right? And I had used some clear gesso on the back of this, so that's why I'm using a ton of HUG, because I really wanted it to stick. And it wasn't super warped, but I was afraid it was going to warp a little bit, and it's been really humid here this summer, and so I found that a lot of my layouts have been warping a little bit more. So I'm thinking that I'm going to go with this, and I'm going to start putting some stuff down, and I'm going to start looking for papers to layer. And I'm really trying to get light colors on the bottom with that photo of the white flowers, and those are from a tree near my house. They are these gorgeous trees that they have here in Hawaii that they're all different colors, but they bloom in these flowers, and the flowers hang there, and then the petals fall off, and they smell gorgeous, and they're just beautiful, and I love the way that they look in like full bloom. So of course I took some pictures of it, and I've really been trying lately to make sure that I'm taking photos of stuff that I don't want to forget, because I don't know how much longer we will be here, and I want to not that I can't scrap this stuff later, right? Because I can do it when we leave, but because a lot of the stuff I see every day and it's fresh in my mind, if I can get it down on paper now, then I won't have to try to remember what something is like after. And then I can just look at everything and go, man, I really miss Hawaii. So I'm using that paper there from My Mind's Eye. And I think the top one I use, My Mind's Eye, and then I use a little bit of that crepe paper, dot paper that I had tried to use before. So, and okay, at this point you should know that I'm still not completely feeling it, but it's going a lot better than I thought it was. And really, once I got to this point, it didn't take me that long. I feel like it did, but I had a hard time with the layers. They just didn't feel right to me. And that palm tree that I took one day when we were out having lunch at the park, there's some palm trees out there, and I made sure I took a picture of that. It just felt like the layers were sticking up a lot, and I was having a hard time getting them to fit together the way that I had them originally. Now, I could have just stuck with not using paper layers, and maybe that's what I should have done, but I really wanted it to be me and use layers, because that's just how I am, right? So I'm kind of fiddling with this, trying to figure out how best to get these layers, and of course I got some glue on my photo, but I'll cover that up with a wood veneer in a little while. So I'm kind of liking this a little bit better. It's not perfect, but I'm going to go with this. At this point, if I don't like it later on, I can always try to fix it or something. I guess that's really what I was thinking about. I was like, okay, I like this better. Let's move on and let's see how I'm liking it. And so I find these wood veneer from Pink Paisley. They're from the Citrus Bliss collection. And this Paradise was from a piece from a click kit that I got a couple months ago, maybe 2 months ago. There's a color cast. And I'm really liking this tag. I love the color, almost matches perfect with that. So I'm thinking, yes, I got to use this. And I think at this point is when it really starts coming together. And I really am starting to like it. And I'm starting to feel it. And I just go with it. And, you know, I mean, it just took a while to get into that creative zone. And I hate that feeling. But, you know, sometimes you just have to work through it, right? Sometimes we feel our mojo is gone, but that doesn't mean that we can't create things. And I think for me, like when I'm stressed out, or when I'm doing a lot, and not that it's stressed out in a bad way, it's just, you know, we're busy and, you know, we need a break. And my husband has been on vacation and I love him to pieces, but he's been here for 3 weeks. So I'm ready for him to go back to work. And so all these things come together and they just block this, you know, the flow. And so, you know, as scrapbookers, I have to find ways to get past this. And sometimes it's just playing around and just trying things. And if it takes me all night to do a layout, it takes me all night. If it takes me 2 weeks to do a layout, it takes me 2 weeks, right? I think stressing out about it just makes it worse. So I remembered that I had these clouds and a Chamel ephemera pack that I hadn't used yet, and these are perfect. So I was thinking if I wanted to layer them, and I don't know. I kind of had a hard time because I wasn't sure exactly how I wanted to layer that next to that photo, and I really like the way that it looks like shelved on there, but I just wasn't sure at first how I wanted to do it. And I will say at the very end, I realize that it needs even more, and so I add sequins and stuff to it, and that doesn't get on camera. It was like once I got my juices flowing, they were working. And I'm looking through the chipboard pieces that I got from that Simple Stories, which is a super cute collection, but I had the hardest time using it, and I think it's because I'm switching more to not as vintagey collections, and so, or like that toned down look, and they weren't matching with what that feel that I was trying to get. I do like this XO that I'm going to put from the Amy Tan. I love this color. It's like a bronzy gold color. Ugh. It's fun. And I thought about using the heart, and I just wasn't feeling it. So, and I am at this point thinking of color coding on my layout. So doing embellishments that match the colors. Like this says Sunday, and so I'm going to use that. And I'm really liking the color of that Sunday, that yellow color. It matches really nice. And so I'm just kind of looking through to see if I see anything that pops out. And this process generally, to me, is just fun. Even though it can take a while, it can be kind of tedious. So sometimes I cut this down for you guys so you don't have to see. But thankfully, I didn't take too long. And I really love the way that banner looks. That says Brilliant on it. And I love that it's in the watercolor script. It's just super, super fun right now. And if I was really good at scripting, I probably would have did that on my own. And I'm really glad that that chipboard piece, it says it's a perfect day. And at first I wasn't sure if I wanted it there, so I'm kind of looking through some other stuff from the Create Paper Poolside, because I still have tons of pieces from that collection, and I really just need to go through and make clusters with them. Like, I know Arit did that at the beginning of the summer, so I need to do that so that I can use them. The good thing about being in Hawaii is I'm not really worried about not being able to use them, because it's hot here all year round. I mean, for the most part, it's not like because it's not summer I can't use a collection like that. And I really like the way that strip matches, that blue tealy color matches with that top part. And so I'm using that. And now I am looking through the Pink Fresh Studio. They had color cast pieces and plus signs, and because I can't get enough plus signs, I'm going to use some of them. And the colors matched really, really well with this layout. And in the end, I do end up using sequins. So here are some close-ups, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I really love the way that this turned out, even though I hated it at the beginning. But, you know, it really got my juices flowing, and I was happy that I was able to overcome the blockage of mojo. So I hope you guys have a great week, and I will see you guys later. Bye!